a big thank you.
Very good thank you.
Big thank you to all the team members, because now they have become the second family, They are so close to us and we are so close to them. A big thank you to Charishila and her team and each and every member of the team.
The interest that they took in trying to get to know our kids, and that was the first thing which struck me, because the way they, rather than trying to force things onto our kids, they first try to understand what is best for our kid, what does the kid like, and their focus on that side was what made the whole thing, very good to look at. It gave us the confidence that I think, yes, we've taken the right decision and we are with the right people. We can leave the future of our kids or the direction that they want to take, at least in this critical phase, we can leave it in their hands. See, however educated you may be, however aware you may be of what's going on in the world, what are the fields that are available today, I think most parents, when they reach this stage, when they have to, take a decision on which field should their kids pursue, where should they go in, what's the best for them, we always find ourselves at sea. We're not very sure of what is the best for the kids. Things have changed so much, from our times when it was a simple, probably just 3 fields: become a doctor, become an engineer, or go into the defense, whatever. These were the only options. Today, the options available is so many, the avenues available are so many to kids. It's very difficult for anybody to be actually aware of what are the options or what are the best colleges for any of those options where you can send your kids, and every parent wants to send their kids to the best place possible. So it is the same place, like any other parent. I'm sure we also found ourselves at a very tough spot. What would be the best for our kid? And that is probably what we were looking at or looking for from, that's the point where we thought, let's get some professional guidance, because we can't be aware of everything. We said, let's go to somebody who can guide us, who can tell us what are the options available, who can get to know our kid and guide them into the right directions. What are the best avenues open to the kids? What are the various avenues open to the kids today, both in India and abroad? And they can actually help us with the process to identify what's the best for our children, and show us the path on how to get them into it. That is what we were looking for from University Connection when we started off our journey with them.
So we come from the army background, and he took premature retirement after 21 years of service in the army, and we were exploring the other side of the world, and COVID also happened. So at that time, kids giving so much of time on screen, and we were really clueless where to go, what to do with the kids, which field they should go. So that was a very brainstorming thing for both of us.
See, that was a tough time. Yeah. See, these kids staying in the rooms all the time, they can't go out, so much uncertainty in life. And in all of this, and the uncertainty in my life, we had to take a call on what to do. Frankly, kids today, they are very, very smart. They can figure out, most kids can figure out very early in life what they want to do. And they set about that path. Yet there are also a lot of kids, especially in this post-COVID era, where, because there was this big gap in their lives. Suddenly they were exploring in a different direction. They were doing things very, very differently from what they were doing earlier. So some kids are not able to really decide as to what is the right direction for them, what side should they go. And we were too busy with handling all these uncertainties of job and of COVID and what's going to happen in life. At that time, I think giving all that time and thought to what would be the best to the kids was becoming a challenge.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we decided it's best to seek professional guidance, people who are in this field, who know what's best for kids, who are aware of all the avenues that are there. that's, I guess, what made us go in and seek professional help. Initially, to be honest, we were very skeptical. So you've never been exposed to formal counseling and counselors, and then we had COVID on top of it. A different way of education. No sight of what lies in the future. Initial days. So we were not very sure. Not having been exposed to counselors in our times was another factor which was contributing to that uncertainty. Our times, a call from the counselor, from the school counselor to the home meant we are in big trouble.
Yeah.
So, in all of that, we were a little skeptical about all of this about the whole process itself. But I think I must give credit to the team there. Their personal hand-holding, their attention to the minutest details, the interest that they took in trying to get to know our kids. And that was the first thing which struck me, because the way they, rather than trying to force things onto our kids, they first try to understand what is best for our kid, what does the kid like, and their focus on that side was what made the whole thing, very good to look at. It gave us the confidence that I think, yes, we've taken the right decision, and we are with the right people. We can leave the future of our kids or the direction that they want to take, at least in this critical phase, we can leave it in their hands. That was probably how it went in the early stages.
Yes, of course. I saw a big change in my kids. They were taking their own ownership and responsibility for looking for colleges or universities. They were not blindly following what we were saying. So I was really happy. They were coming to us and telling us, okay, Mama, this is the college I found out, or the university outside. So yes, I was really happy that they took their own ownership and responsibility.
You see, I think that's the change that University Connection brought in.
Yeah.
They were, rather than forcing the kids, we've heard stories, we've interacted with friends who've had parents, who have hired other counselors to guide their kids before us. You see, most of the cases we find people are blindly guiding them to colleges where they have connections of their own, where they have some set up with the existing colleges there and universities abroad. This was not the case here. This was very different here that we and our kids experienced. The team was actually putting in a lot of efforts to first get to know the kids, understand their strengths, understand what they're passionate about, understand what do they want in life, gave them the freedom to explore, told them about so many different fields that are available. So they were they're assessing our kids, they're assessing their strengths, guiding them, telling them about the avenues, hand-holding them, supporting them, and yet letting them take ownership and responsibility, letting them take their decisions. That was something which was very, very good for us. So frankly, when we started off on all of this, we were very scared. We as parents, because of our lack of awareness of the fields that are available to the kids today, the avenues that are available today, we were a little worried and scared that whether we would be able to guide the kids into the right direction, maybe whether we would be able to help them get in the field that they would want to go into. But after we started these sessions here with the University Connection, they started interacting with Charshila and Kamal. We, over a period of time, we suddenly started noticing this big change that started coming into them. They suddenly would, after these sessions, we would have these discussions, and they would suddenly come up with, Dad, do you know this college has this? Do you know this college has this? They would be looking at universities, they would be looking at colleges across the world. I mean, their horizon had opened up so much. They were looking everywhere. They were carrying out the research. They were taking ownership for it. they were discussing pros and cons of various universities, of various courses, which courses where, which universities ranked where. All of this change, started coming out as the interactions went on with the team of University Connection. I think the kids became more independent, responsible, more enterprising, and taking ownership and control of their own lives. That's probably the best change as a parent that you would want to see in your kids. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Without any doubt.
Yes.
I think the most important thing that the team did was establish a bond and a connection in the early days. And that connection and bond was very, very important. It was important for the kids. The kids were able to bring out their desires, their feelings, the fields that they wanted to pursue, what they were passionate about. And that was the most important thing, without any doubt. So yes, it helped them choose what is the right thing for them.
They became the first parent and we became the
Yeah,
second
we
parent,
took the backseat.
Backseat.
We took the backseat in the guidance.
They were so connected with them that they used to share, they used to talk, each and everything. In fact, as a parent, which we should have been known, we came to know through them.
Yes,
that was
from our childhood, what we have learned, and most kids today, in fact, we experience as parents. Small kid, when he comes back home, and the mother is trying to teach him, which is something which is different from what he has been covered, taught in the school. He'll say, "No, Mama, aapko nahi pata hai. It is my ma'am has told me this. This is how it is."
This is how it is.
And that is where we realized what a strong bond
they have.
the team had established, that connection that the team had established, this is why the kids were able to so openly express what they wanted.
In fact, they used to tell us today is Komal ma'am's birthday, today is Charushila ma'am's birthday. So yes, the bond is really very, very special between them. Sure.
Yeah. That's a tough one. See, given there are many good things that I can actually talk about the team and the way they've helped us in this journey. To narrow it down, I think the most important thing was the bond, as I said earlier, what they established with the children. And that bond is what is, as a parent, I think that's the most essential thing, because that once the kids have that confidence in them, they're talking to the right person, they have a secure feeling in them, they're able to express their innermost desires, things sometimes which they haven't even spoken to their parents or their peers, but they started sharing all of that. And that was very important, because it is only after that relationship has a complete faith and trust that the kids can actually express openly, and then the counselor can get to know the kid very, very minutely in detail and guide the kid in the right direction based on what they have assessed. So I think the most important thing, if I had to look at, that was their ability to form this bond and connection with our kids. That was amazing. They say, if you can find two trustworthy and reliable friends in life, those three-idiot type kind of friendship, I think you are very, very lucky. We have a lot of acquaintances. We don't really have friends today, especially in this era of the social media today. If you can find 2, 3, even one for that matter, count yourselves very, very lucky.
Blessed.
In Charushila and Komal, I think we found that kind of friends who you can trust and believe with anything, especially when it comes to your kids. People don't believe people very easily.
Blindly you can trust them.
Yeah, we were at a stage where we could, today we are at a stage where we can actually doubt ourselves, but not doubt them at all.
Yeah.
Their constant follow-ups, trying still, even after the process has been done for the kids, still they're looking at even better options. They'll never figure. They're always connected to the kids, whether through us, whether directly all the time. attention to that minutest of details, trying to get to know the kid perfectly so that they can get the right advice. Nobody does so much for you, other than a true friend. So if you found friends like that, who would want to leave such friends? We definitely continued even after the whole process was over. We still continued. It's a friendship. It's more of a, that relationship has changed. It's no longer a counselor to a parent thing.
Yeah.
It's friends for life, and they're friends not only with us, even with our children.
With our children also, yes. Yeah, I would say start early with the professional guidance, because we cannot go to every field, or we can't have all the detailed research for the different courses. Yeah, nor we have time for that.
You can't research. You see, we are generally limited to the fields that we are aware of. We can't know about every field, what colleges are there. There's so much research that goes into actually identifying what are the best places, what are the best courses, which are the best universities in any and every field that's possible. So you can't really know everything, and we don't have the time for it. Even if you want your kid to get into basic fields like engineering or becoming a doctor or appearing for JEE or NEET, we do send our kids for a year, 2 years, 3 years to various institutions, to various coaching centers. These are nothing but people who are offering professional guidance. So start early, send them in. Kids today can get into colleges on their own also, they're smart. But is it the right college for them? Is it the right field for them? The kid may feel that could be under because of a lot of reasons, peer pressure, what the school is talking about, what is what are the professions of the people at home. All these factors play around in the minds of the children. A professional can always assess the kid. The more time they have, as the earlier you start, the more time they will get to assess your child properly, assess their strengths, assess their weaknesses, understand what the kid is passionate about, and then make the proper, impassionate and detailed recommendation on what is good for the kid after having carried out good research. The kid is of course there, and as parents you can follow up. Okay, whatever are the recommendations, is this good for my kid or not? The kid can also look at that. But I think that research work, what they can do being professionals in that field, it's difficult for us to do. So start early and get professional guidance. That's
good
very, very
important.
Guidance.
100%.
100% yes. You see, there is many consultants available in the market today. In fact, we had spoken to a couple of them ourselves. We keep exchanging notes with our friends, other parents who are also in the same boat as us. But it is very difficult to find a team that is so committed, so knowledgeable, so dedicated, and works untiringly to
day and
night to the best interests of your kid. It's they make recommendations, they do the work based on the strength of your kid and not based on the connections that they may have with various universities. We all know how the process works. A lot of people out there who have tie-ups with various universities. It's not the case here.
Yeah, it was totally different.
It was a very, very different experience. The workshops that were being recommended, the process, the structure that was created, a clear pathway created for the kid to follow, all of it based on what, on a thorough assessment of the kid, rather than doing it just to get him into one particular college. Kids can, as I said earlier, kids can get into colleges today, but getting them into the right college, right field where they would flourish, that can happen only if you have a dedicated team, a dedicated counselor who are making recommendations based on the strength of the kid and not based on connections. So while this is university connection, but a different connection.
Yes. Yes.
which is based purely on the kids' strength. For sure, 100% yes.
I think the
one
best
of the best decisions we have ever taken for our
in
kids.
shaping the lives of our children.
Both Sanchit and Arpit, I think, have today gotten into
Their respective
the
colleges,
fields
respective
that
fields.
they wanted to. They
Yes.
have taken that decision, their ownership, the colleges that they wanted to get into, the fields that they wanted to get into. That is something which will help them flourish in their life rather than just go through any education that they would have got otherwise. For sure, I think one of the best decisions of our lives that we went to University Connection. When we did, we were very lucky that we found the right team to be counseling our kids.
A big thank you.
Very big thank
A big
you.
thank you to all the team members, because now they have become the second family, They are so close to us and we are so close to them. A big thank you to Charushila and her team and each and every member of the team. Big thanks.
See, they helped us at a time when we were in a very difficult place. As I mentioned earlier, you see COVID, different kind of education going on for the kids. With me personally, in my personal funds, getting out of the army and then starting a new career, we were in a very, very difficult place. And at that time, they helped us bring in a lot of clarity, for the future of our kids. And for any parent, the kids' lives I think it's the most important thing.
We were totally clueless
We
at that time.
we were in a very, very bad place.
Yeah.
Eventually, today we find that our kids are in
Better shape.
very, very good places, in very good universities, in the fields of their choice, and especially what they're most suited for actually. Yes, to summarize, if the kids do well in their lives going ahead, I think the team, Charushila, Komal and the others, and University Connection as such, they deserve equal credit, if not more. As we do as parents, they share an equal amount of credit in the kids doing well in lives.